Please read this disclaimer carefully before proceeding further. Welcome traders to this week's analysis of US oil. Thanks for joining me in this analysis. We haven't been actually covering US oil for a couple of weeks now, and there is no particular reason behind this. It's just that market has been little slower, and all of these levels that we had identified a few weeks ago, they were still valid. You see that market came here to this level, went back to our previous level, and then started to fall. There was an initial reaction, and now it is coming back into this zone that we identified several weeks ago. So when the market is following the same levels, there is no point in doing that analysis again and again. You can just reuse that analysis, recycle that analysis. So let's start afresh now, because it has been long time. So let's do that. So before we actually go there, what we need to do is we need to start looking at from the higher time frame, as always, right? Okay, so let's go to the 12-month time frame and we see what the market is doing. Okay, now obviously we'll have to ignore this entire leg, because this is where the US oil actually went into negative. But if you just see the candle, the opening of this candle and the current structure of this candle, this is not looking very good. The reason behind that is because this is turning into another engulfing candle on the previous month. That means the market is actually moving further down. So that's what we are looking at. Remember, we are just 3 months away from the year end, so there can be a lot of things happening around this area. If I go to the monthly time frame, market came to the previous structure here, and this is where we found our FCP zone as well, and that is why the market has been falling. But there is an important thing to note. The new month has started, and there has been a lot of movement in the price of oil. And if you had seen the previous month's closing, then you would have known, because this is an engulfing candle. This sort of movement was expected. You see, the market was already giving you indication here. See, this was a huge movement upwards, fine. Okay, this is getting smaller, indecision, little bit push upwards, then huge sell-off taking over the entire month and part of the previous month as well. That means the bearish sentiment was growing. So you can read the market story something like that. If you go to the weekly time frame, there was a huge structure like this, and if you remember my previous analysis for a month, 2 or 3 months ago, I think I was expecting market to go down on the break of this little structure here, which is looking like not this but looking like this. And this turned out to be very, very good, and we were able to take long position here. So short from here and long from here. All that analysis is available on the YouTube channel. You can check it out, and you can find what were the reasons why we went long from here, took our profits, and then we wanted to go for short. Okay, so right now the market is going down, and I'm expecting it to continue for some time. Okay, so on higher time frame, what I can see that it can actually fall into this level. The reason behind that is the market is actually kind of creating an M pattern, and the creation of M pattern, which is FCP pattern, Fibonacci Confluence pattern, M pattern is completing somewhere around here, and the formation of M pattern is a bearish event. So I'm expecting market to continue falling down. This level can provide a little bit of upward movement, but I'm not expecting too much. If the market pushes harder, then it can be broken. This particular levels 36.14 can be broken even in 1 hour straight down. Okay, so you cannot just rely too much on this particular support level, because this entire structure is not looking good. This is what in my Fibonacci FCP training course, this is what I teach my students as bad behavior, because the market is just trying to push it's dragging its heels towards some particular level, right? And when that level reaches, the drop is sudden and very, very quick. It just takes out all this bad behavior which happens in the market, and this is what is happening. So I'm expecting this to continue, but before we make any kind of decision like that, we need to go to the daily time frame, low time frame, to see what is happening. You see, this is that midpoint that I was just talking about, right? So if the market actually pushes, it can actually go through all the way down to 34.62. But you see, in that big M pattern that you have another M pattern and right there. So these two FCP patterns are actually forming right in this area. Okay, so let's start looking at the first one. So if I draw Fibonacci on this and draw Fibonacci on this leg, okay, the market actually came to this level, and that is why we were able to take long position from here. And because the market moved to a good strength, like we can expect a little bit upward movement. This movement may or may not continue and may not be like complete reversal, but it can obviously provide a very good long opportunity for short duration. So I'll be looking for a confirmation in there. In our strategy we have 5 confirmation techniques and we need at least 2 of them. If you're experienced enough in that strategy, then you can look for only 1, but you'll need at least 2 of them to go and enter this. Okay, so if you're looking at this FCP pattern here, what we can do is we can draw Fibonacci on it and we can see that it has come to 50%. That means this becomes our FCP zone. Okay, this is our FCP zone. Let's remind ourselves that this is FCP zone here. Okay, and this also gives us an extension of it, which is around here. So this is also an important level. So all of these are important levels now. So I'm expecting market to actually go upwards a little bit, and where it is going to go to is somewhere like this level. And if I draw Fibonacci from there, okay, I can see another one which is somewhere around here, but by that time it would have a new structure, so we'll look for reanalysis. So this is another FCP zone that we have. Okay, these levels are important, and these are actually kind of like small FCP zones. Okay, so these are the levels. And so how do we play this? We need to wait for a confirmation in here. If we get a confirmation, if we get a good confirmation, then we are looking for a long position into this FCP zone. If we get a good confirmation to go short, we'll take that. If we get a confirmation to stay long, we'll continue with our position here. Again, if we get confirmation to stay long or add to our long position, we'll continue to that level. If this keeps on falling, then it is expected to come back into this FCP zone. Then we'll have to reanalyze whether it wants to go down or not. But on the bearish side of things, then these are the levels that we are going to look at. So that's our trading plan. Hope you found this useful, and if you are interested in learning more about FCP analysis, the analysis that I perform, you can go to Vikinsa.com. Under training section you'll find this brochure. There is a lot of material in there. It's an extensive training that we conduct. So if you found this useful, you know what to do. Like this video, share with other traders and trading communities, put in a comment at the bottom, let me know your feedback, your analysis on USOIL, and do not forget to join our community as well. We have got a free Telegram group, free Telegram channel where we discuss ideas and we share ideas as well. So you'll find that detail in the description below. Right, I'll see you in the next one. Have a great trading week next week. If you're interested in learning how to analyze the markets the way I do using Fibonacci Confluence, then head over to Vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see Core Strategy Training Program. On this page you'll be able to see the testimonials of previous students and also look at the brochure. The brochure has a lot more information, including the course structure and the Fibonacci Confluence training program curriculum. This is a very extensive program in which we cover basic core Fibonacci concepts along with the advanced concepts to analyze the markets with high probability. If you're interested in joining this program, come to Vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see and submit this form.